Have you ever stopped to consider, what if the ground beneath your feet didn't remain as steady as you're used to? What if it trembled, shook, or even split apart? Welcome to the world of earthquakes, a fascinating and sometimes terrifying natural phenomenon. There's a common misconception that all earthquakes are the same, but that's far from the truth. Earthquakes come in many different forms, each with their unique characteristics. First on the list are tectonic earthquakes. These are the most common type, making up about 90% of all earthquakes worldwide. Tectonic earthquakes occur when the Earth's crust breaks due to geological forces on rocks and adjoining plates that cause physical and chemical changes. Next, we have volcanic earthquakes, which, as you might have guessed, are closely related to volcanic activity. These quakes result from the movement of magma beneath the Earth's surface. When the magma forces its way to the surface, it causes the ground to shake, resulting in a volcanic earthquake. Then there are collapse earthquakes, smaller in magnitude and often occur in regions with intense mining activities. The human-induced activity of extracting minerals from the Earth can cause the ground to collapse and result in these earthquakes. Lastly, we have explosion earthquakes, which result from the explosion of nuclear and chemical devices. Although these are man-made, they can mimic the energy release and ground shaking of a small natural earthquake. Now let's revisit the four major types of earthquakes: tectonic, volcanic, collapse, and explosion. Each type is distinct, defined by how it occurs and its relationship with human activity or natural geological processes. Tectonic earthquakes, the most common, occur due to geological forces and changes within the Earth's crust. Volcanic earthquakes, on the other hand, arise from magma movement beneath the Earth's surface. Collapse earthquakes are generally smaller and are often linked to human activities, like mining. Explosion earthquakes, while not naturally occurring, result from the detonation of nuclear or chemical devices and can mimic natural earthquakes' effects. Remember, understanding these different types of earthquakes isn't just an academic exercise. It's a crucial part of preparing for and responding to these potentially devastating events. The more we comprehend about earthquakes, the better equipped we are to mitigate their impact and protect both ourselves and our planet. In the grand scheme of things, we are but fleeting visitors on this constantly changing planet. And while we can't stop earthquakes from happening, understanding them is the first step in living harmoniously with these mighty forces of nature. Because after all, isn't it better to understand the ground we walk on than to live in fear of it?